Hey guys, welcome to the Clique Kits and Just Knit Studio blog hop, where we'll be showcasing the Just Knit cut files and the February Clique Kits. And I'm using the Follow Your Heart. I cut that 3 times with cardstock and those 2 heart cut file squares from Just Knit Studio. These are exclusive for the February month. And I showed it in the intro, I showed a still shot of some of the cut files we can work with. And I just love these. The little paper pattern strips, what am I saying? The little white cardstock strips, some of the little stripes in this cut file are not all the way across, and I like that because it gives them a little bit of movement. You can see it moving around while I'm trying to glue around the edge here. So it'll also give some added texture and interest to the page. So I realized that 2 of these, the little square cut file here that I'm gluing, this is 4.25 inches across, so 2 of these will go all the way across a 8.5 by 11 layout, which is what I'm making today, so that's perfect. I really enjoyed working with these. So I'm going to cut around here, and then also I'll do the other square with the same, that's Divine pattern paper from the Maggie Holmes Shine collection. And then I'll do that with the second piece of paper, the same pattern. There's the 6x6 paper pad. This was an add-on for the February kits from Clique Kits. They always have nice add-ons in the Clique Kits store, so I like to add any of those to my design team kit. And here I'm just erasing some of my pencil marks. I'll move the paper towel now that I'm done getting the little last bits of glue off of there. So see, it lines up and it looks like kind of like one cut file, just going all the way across. And then I'm going to stack, the reason I cut 3 of those is I'm going to stack them and they're about the same height as a chipboard embellishment. And there's my photo, and I'm going to try to move this around and decide for a little while. I think I'm going to put it in the top left, and then I move these pieces down. I think it's better when I start with a sketch in mind. So then I go back to my original plan, and I realize that the edge, the line between the cut file and the background cardstock, that's American Crafts texture cardstock in 8.5 by 11. I just order that in bulk and keep it on hand because I love that. So then I realize I can soften the edge between the cut file and the background paper by using a fringe. And these are the Martha Stewart fringe scissors. So I'm going to apply that. And then I also see the tissue paper off to the left there. I had found that at Target, and I like the tiny polka dots, so I'm also going to use another strip and create fringe with the tissue paper. It keeps sticking to everything. And then I'll use my T-square to make sure it's straight, because I have a tendency to put things on crooked. There we go. And then line. I have to pull it up and move it a little bit anyway. And then I just ruffle it up a little bit to give some more texture. And here's where I'm going to figure out that, oh, I like the gold dots on this tissue. So the color scheme on this layout is the gold and wood grain and pink. And white's not a color, but that's the neutral. So I'm going to cut a strip here, and you just saw me measure with my thumbnail. I think Amy Tangerine does that too. So I'm going to use the fringe scissors, and they don't work as well on the tissue paper, but that's okay. Any bits that don't, you can see it cuts well at first, and then it starts to leave little bits that aren't cut. So I'll just go back with my scissors, my little detail scissors, and cut through where it didn't cut. There we go. And then I'll lay down the ATG. I'm still deciding if I want to put the pattern paper blocks at the bottom. I mean, this looks, I could have done this. This reminds me of an Emma KW layout from IG, though. She did the fringe, and I kind of was inspired by the way, well, I definitely am inspired by all of her layouts, but I was inspired by the way she added the fringe, and so I wanted to reflect that and use that as inspiration for my layout. But I didn't want to copy it exactly, so I looked at it and then I put it away so that I could try to do my own thing. I realized that the little chipboard hearts that are on the add-on chipboard sheet fit inside the heart shapes in this cut file. So I was like, oh my gosh, how cute. So I added those little, see there, little chipboard hearts, and there's a couple more I'll add as the layout progresses here. So what we have so far, I'm just going to cut some of those that didn't cut all the way through. And I added a vellum pocket or a vellum envelope behind the photo, and I have a tag in there right now, but I'm thinking I'm going to change it. And I love the little clips that came in the ephemera pack with the Maggie Holmes Shine collection. And I like laying the photo right along the edge of the fringe, so it kind of breaks that line and brings focus to the photo. And I tossed that tag. And then I want the title to be right underneath the photo. And I'm looking on this chipboard sheet for some more hearts. And there's a little pink and black polka dotted one that I'm a little bit off camera. There it is. I'll use that one, so I lay it to the side, and then I'm adding those little paint chips underneath the strips of the cut file that aren't adhered. And then I'll get the sticker sheet here, and I just have an extra strip of journaling. I wanted to see what the journaling looked like lined up with the photo there. So that's why I'm placing that there, but that's not what my journaling is going to say. I'm just using an extra piece there. And I found the circle chipboard piece. I'm trying to decide if I should punch some circles out of that gold dot tissue paper, and I think I'm going to. And then I'm going to stick these stickers on wax paper so that I can move them around and decide where I want them. And then I figured out, necessity is the mother of invention, the punch wouldn't go through the tissue paper, but if I put a piece of cardstock underneath, it works. So yay. So I'll move that piece of cardstock along, and oh, I can't get it in there, and that's not working, so then I'll just move the cardstock along the edge here. There we go. So I punch out a couple more of the pieces of tissue. That's a 1 1/4 inch punch. So I want that down at the bottom of the layout, and then I'm going to look on the sticker sheet and see if I can add any stickers to give a different texture here. I love these. So I'm opening the sticker pack, and I'm thinking I can use that D that says Dream. And I love it, but then I change my mind and realize I'm wanting not to use that. And then I like that little map. Looks like a map of London or some fancy place. And it's printed on the heart, so I'm gonna move it around and see where I like it, and then eventually it'll go at the bottom of the layout here. The bottom left, behind the tissue and the dot, so that I'll have 3 things there. And the other circle punched tissue piece, I'll try it several places on the layout. I don't like it there, but I think I do end up leaving it there. It looks cool tucked behind some of those strips. I like it there too. And then I'll use some foam behind the bottom portion of the photo so that it sits up flat or sits up even. Right now it's kind of propped up on the fringe, so it looks like it's adhered crooked, but it's not adhered down yet, and I'm not sticking that much down yet until I decide where I want everything. So then I find this half wood grain and half pink heart from the sticker sheet, and I love that. So I'll adhere it right in the section between the follow your heart die cut there. And I'm liking how this is looking. I'm just going to move things around a little bit more and try to find some more stickers that I can add here. Add some different textures. And I really like that heart cut out on this little banner, so I'll decide to put it at the top right here. Eventually I'll stick it down. There we go. Success! And then I don't think I show it, but I will add some Heidi Swap Shine in dark pink, and that's the color that came in my kit. Oh no, wait, I got Peacock in my kit, but I had already had one of those small bottles in dark pink. I think it's called Hot Pink. And then I'm peeling that typewriter off of the wax paper so that I can adhere that, and I'll just start adhering things and finalizing the layout. And I'm only going to do a couple tiny itty bitty spritzes of the Heidi Swap Color Shine in a hot pink. I'll do it down at that bottom left embellishment cluster and then towards the title, and then I'll also do some up on the wood grain just to connect the top and bottom of the layout. So we're almost finished here. I decide I want to cut that chipboard circle here in half so I can put a portion of it at the bottom and then another portion behind the photo, because I wanted that citronella or citrus lime green color. I wanted that also behind the photo because I kind of brought the green out in the tulips. So I'll adhere it there right behind the photo. And then I will show you guys the finished layout in the finished shots here. And make sure you follow along on the hop and comment on each person's blog, because there's a fabulous prize that's up for grabs. Thanks for joining us. Bye.